Hello everybody, I'm using this screencast video to show you how to use the Phet interactive simulation to build your electric circuits. So what we have here, we have a toolbox of different components. We've got wire, batteries, light bulbs, resistors and switches, and if we click the down arrow we'll find even more. So we'll start by putting a battery on the screen. And I like the battery to face that way because it makes it easier to connect up the voltmeter. Then when you connect a light bulb, you'll drag it across and you'll use the wires from the wire toolbox over here. So if, for example, I wanted to make a series circuit with only one light bulb, an ammeter and a voltmeter, I will select the ammeter and I'll make the ends join up like this. So ammeters are normally connected in series, so it must be in the main circuit. So this is how I will connect up the circuit, and if I wanted to put a switch into the circuit, I could also include a switch and turn it around that way and add as many wires as I need to. If ever I made a mistake, let's say for example I added a wire and it got stuck over there and I don't really want it, I will click on the link and a scissor will appear. Then I'll click on the scissor and it will break the link. I'll move the wire away and join the wires that are supposed to be joined. When I'm ready, I will close the switch. I'm not quite ready to close it yet, and anything I don't need I can put back like that. So if I wanted to read the voltage over the battery or over the light bulb, I'll drag over a voltmeter. What's very important is to remember which side of the battery is positive and which side is negative. Now the knob side of the battery is usually the positive side. So this will be the positive side. Going around, this will be the positive side of the light bulb. That's the negative side of the battery. Going around the wires, this is the negative side of the light bulb. Black is the color for negative. So when we connect up the voltage, it's very important to put the black cord or wire onto the negative side and to put the red wire on the positive side. Then we should get a reading if it's properly connected. Of course, there will be no reading if the circuit is not closed. So remember to close the circuit, which can be done by clicking over there. Then you should get a reading on your voltmeter if everything is connected up correctly. So there we are, there it's connected up correctly. My voltmeter reads 9 volts. Now if by accident I put the leads in the wrong place, like if I put the negative lead on the positive side of the light bulb and the positive lead on the negative side of the light bulb, you will see the voltmeter will have a negative reading. Then you know that you have made a mistake, and just swap them around so that you will be able to get a positive reading on the voltmeter. So this is an example of how to build a circuit, a series circuit with one light bulb, an ammeter, a voltmeter and one cell. And if I want to open the circuit, I will click over there and the switch will open. And then you'll see that the electrons are no longer flowing and the circuit is no longer closed. So from here onwards, if you wanted to add any other components to the circuit, you could easily do it at any point in time. If I wanted to move the voltmeter to another place, I can just move it over, or I could even put it back into its place in the toolbox over there where it says voltmeter. Now let's say, for example, I wanted to add a second light bulb to the circuit. Then I would drag a light bulb, put it below this light bulb if it was in parallel, and then put wires in between to connect it up. Remember, the light bulb has 2 ends. It has a positive end and a negative end. So here I'm adding a second light bulb in parallel to the circuit. If I want to close, once I close the switch, the electrons will flow and there will be current in the circuit. Now, there are other ways of labeling the circuit. For example, over here, I'm the little blue circles that are floating around represent electrons. If I clicked on conventional, it will show conventional current flow, which goes from positive to negative. But if I want to see electron flow, it will go from negative to positive. So if I wanted to see the circuit diagram, I would click on this icon in the corner here, this picture in the corner. And once I do that, I would see the circuit symbol. So there's the circuit symbol for the battery, and there's the circuit symbol for the light bulbs. But we might not always want to do that. It depends on what we are being asked. So I like the natural view, the non-circuit view, which shows all the different components and the electricity flowing. So I hope this will help you when you build the circuit for yourself. Good luck.